What's up, guys? Capital G here. Sorry it took me so long to get another video up. I had actually been thinking about this video for a while, but I actually wanted to do a lot of play testing to see what the meta was. And actually, Dragunities have just now started appearing, so I had to edit this video. This video is going to be about good tech cards for the format. I usually put one of these out early at the beginning of the format. These are, pretty good side deck cards and cards you can even test in the main deck in certain situations depending on what you're running. First off, thanks to Dp-Ygo Dad for hooking me up with some Kyle Curry Synchros, 2 burritos, and a burrito. Thank you to anybody who sent me any cards for my Cards for Black Players video. And I gotta get a huge thank you to Tab Right King. He actually sent me something, this card under here, which is absolutely amazing. This is what a regular burrito looks like. You guys have probably seen that tons of times, seen it in real life. He sent me a burrito, but he sent me a custom one. I think it's just amazing. It's completely custom drawn. It doesn't look anything like the regular burrito, and that's what makes me like it even more. I said in a previous video my gold Dark Arm Dragon was my favorite card, but I think we have a new winner right here. And when I go to my next premiere event, definitely anytime I try and combo out, this is gonna be the first burrito I summon. It's gonna freak people out. This thing is just, it's awesome. Thank you so much, man. Okay, on to the video. Good tech cards. First off, Trap Does Shoot. This card saw it saw a spike in play. Really hasn't been seeing a whole lot of play since Heavy Storm got banned. The whole notion of everybody sets everything. But, outside of Glad Beasts and Gravekeepers, most decks are like Plants and Karakuri. They keep a lot of cards in their hand because a lot of times they're trying to combo. And they're trying to do multiple special summons in one turn. And usually you have to keep a lot of cards in your hand. So, this is one way to just completely cut the combos off, or even if you're playing something like Karakuri, your opponent's trying to save that Effect Veiler or that Cyber Dragon to make sure you can't kill them. This picks that out of their hand. And when you hit this turn 1, you generally win. It's just such a good card. Next card, Chain Disappearance. This is probably the best side deck card in all of Yu-Gi-Oh right now. I cannot tell you how many times I played this and just won. Against Samurai, you hit Kagamusha, they can't synchro. Against Plants, basically the entire deck, except for Caius, the one Caius they run, and the Chaos Sorcerer, it hits every single thing they summon, and it's always a 1-for-1. That's the best thing. But if they summon Trooper, it removes all the Troopers, it removes all the Debris Dragons. But if they just trying to get, try and go and try and make a little advantage, they summon Sangan. It's bam, 1-for-1 on Sangan, 1-for-1 on Glow Up Bulb or Spore or whatever. And when the new priority ruling comes out, oh my lord, this card is gonna be broken, because then you'll be able to hit Lone Fire Blossom. They'll be summon Lone Fire Blossom, Chain Disappearance, remove all your Lone Fires. You look mad, It's also good against Dragunity. I don't even know the name of the tuner, but I was playing it on YBD and I realized it had low attack, so I just played Chain Disappearance on it. He couldn't synchro, so he was really mad. Malevolent Catastrophe. This card's really good. This card is how you fight those decks like Glads and Gravekeepers, as Gravekeepers will be seeing a ton of play. This is how you fight those. Basically, since nobody plays Starlight Road anymore, and a lot of decks that have to go aggro like Plants or Karakuri, you can just set this guy and they might summon and have 3 back rows and just flip and just blow all their crap up. And if they don't have the Solemn, then you're pretty good. And even if they do have Solemn, it's okay, well, you just had the Solemn this, and you're not in a good position because you had to waste your Solemn. When I play True Nate, I'm probably just going to beat your chest now. My Body as a Shield. This is a card I actually like. 7 Tools has started seeing a rise in play. I kind of feel like My Body is somewhere in the middle of 7 Tools and Stardust Dragon. Especially in a deck like Karakuri or Gladiator Beast. It's it doesn't work on all traps because it doesn't work on Warning or Solemn Judgment, but it does work on Bottomless. It does work on Torrential and Mirror Force, but it also works on monster effects, which Forbidden Lance can't cover. You know what I mean? And 7 tools can't cover either. So if your opponent tries to do Arcanite, which you will be seeing a lot of Arcanite plays because Chaos Sorcerer, Glow Up Bow, Chaos Sorcerer Spore, Chaos Sorcerer Veiler, whatever. Your opponent tries to Arcanite you, they try to Black Rose you. You can even chain it to like Stardust Dragon or whatever like that, Dark Arm Dragon. This card is really good. I think the life points is what's scaring people away. People are kind of hesitant to play anything that has a life point cost right now because everybody runs 3 judgments. Excuse me. Everybody runs 3 solemns in their deck, so people are kind of scared to run anything that costs life points outside of like Royal Oppression because life points are so hard to get back in Yu-Gi-Oh. Another card I like, Prohibition. Did I pronounce that right? Regardless. Anyways, I really like this card. I've been testing it against like Samurai, Dragoonity, Gravekeepers. I don't know if you've noticed, but in the meta, actually a lot of decks or 2 tier 1 decks are starting to use field cards, which makes this card even better. What you can do is you can play this, right? And you can call like Necro Valley or you can call Dragon's Ravine. Well, okay, now not only do they have those 3 cards or 2 or 3 cards dead in their deck, but the Terraformings are dead. Their what is it? Commandant, who searches Necro Valley, is dead. Royal Tribute is now dead. You know what I mean? And in worst case scenario, you still get a 1-for-1 when they have to burn an MST on this. People say, well, why don't you just MST the field card? I mean, you could do that, but that doesn't stop them from playing multiple copies of their deck, from their deck. You know what I mean? This just cuts off everything. And with Dragoonity, it can just really slow the deck down because they can't go search ducks, search ducks, avarice, spam more synchros on you. Star Reaper. Star Reaper is a very, very good card this format. What I've noticed is actually this card can save you from OTKs a lot. You'll have people who will make 3 or 4 synchros, but they won't actually have a way to get around Spirit Reaper. Most people will try and summon 2 or 3 synchros and then make a Stardust or whatever, and you just run straight into Reaper. And again, Veiler doesn't kill this card, and even still, even if Veiler did kill it, you'd have to kill it on your opponent's turn, which wouldn't do actually a whole lot. So you wouldn't be able to attack or anything. But I've seen a lot of people have to make like a Scrap Dragon or something like that. I mean, if you have Chaos Sorcerer, it's good, but against decks like Samurai, Karakuri, they have to go out of their way to kill Spirit Reaper. And then decks like Plants that don't play a lot of defense, that sometimes just play like 2 limit reverse and 2 warnings. I mean, you can set this guy, maybe somehow you clear their field, you know what I mean? And then you can just summon, poke for damage, and Spirit Reaper pokes get in there, man. I think this card is definitely worth running. And like Glad Beast and Blackwings. And then my last card, Fossil Dyna. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten wrecked by this card on YVD because I've synchroed a whole field of like Karakuri synchros, and then I attack a face down thinking, oh, it's just going to be some shit that I run over. Even if it's a snowman, I OTK or whatever, it doesn't matter. And then it's like fucking gay ass Fossil Dyna. And I'm like, what? So this card is good, and man, I'm talking like Gravekeepers. Basically, anything that can't OTK, this card is pretty good in. People get too focused on just the summon it and try and slow your opponent down. Like, let your opponent try and turbo out on you. Let your opponent summon Chaos Sorcerer and then like 2 other synchros, and then just flip this dude and be like, you mad? You know what I mean? Like, I can guarantee you can trick Karakuri players all day with this because I myself have been tricked. Sometimes Karakuri players get greedy. They don't make the Stardust. This card will shut their ass down. So, anyways, I'm sorry this video was so long, guys. I did have a lot of cards to cover. Thank you for watching. Hopefully, I have some new videos. I'm gonna do a video on my Karakuri deck, or at least some of the combos. I'm just still kind of waiting for the cards. Peace, guys.